Hi there, my name's Vince and welcome to episode 3 of trying to fix the cheapest Rolls Royce in the UK. And this one I'm really excited for because when I bought this car I didn't realise it was wrapped. I didn't spend a huge amount of time looking at it, to be fair, but I had my suspicions that maybe the silver bit was wrapped, but I thought this blue bit at the bottom wasn't a vinyl wrap. But now looking closer, I've discovered that it looks like it's got a wrap on the top and the bottom. Now when I uncover this, what I'm hoping is that we will still have the original pinstripes, the go faster stripes down the side of the car here. So the wrap looks to be done okay. I mean, it doesn't seem to be bubbling up or faulty anywhere. It's just that I kind of need to see what's underneath it. And I know it's just opinion, preference, but the original colour is still down on the logbook as grey. And I really like this colour grey here. So I'm hoping when we uncover it, the whole car will be this. But what nasty surprises. Why has it been wrapped? I'm thinking it's going to be an absolute mess underneath it. I'm thinking the wheel arches are just going to be absolutely full of filler. Maybe the bottom of the doors, who knows? But I'm thinking we're going to uncover something horrible. But I think realistically we do need to unwrap it to see what it's like underneath. Now, will it look as good afterwards? I think if the paintwork is okay, I think it will look good in grey. And to be fair, I like things that are original rather than things that have been messed around with. And as well as that, with the wrap, I'm not going to be able to give it a polish and get a nice sheen on it, you know. So yeah, I think it makes sense. So I'm going to set the camera up on a tripod. I'm going to add a little bit of heat to the wrap. I don't know how long this wrap's been on here. It's the UK. It's quite cold. It's been raining today. I don't know whether this is going to be an absolute nightmare to take off or whether it's going to come off quite easy. But let's get started and give it a go. Okay, so I've got my hairdryer. Obviously I've got no control with the heat of this, but I'm not going to leave it on there for ages until the paint starts blistering. I just want to kind of soften up the vinyl a little bit to make it easier to peel. If it leaves all the adhesive behind, I have brought some isopropyl alcohol. My viewers will know that I use that and love that stuff. So hopefully that will be able to remove the sticky residue. I'm looking forward to seeing, and I am apprehensive as well. What I'm going to do to start with is, I probably should start on the roof, but I really want to see if we still have these original lines, because I believe it was hand painted and that was somebody's job. That's all they did. They painted the lines on here, and I really want to see if they're still there. So I'm going to start on this area here just to see if I can uncover those lines. Oh no, look at this. Straight away, the very first thing that I take off, and what do we see? A load of filler. Oh no. Well, that's not a very good start, is it? Ha ha. Oh well, I will continue. Loads and loads of it. Yeah. Oh well, I've started now. Yes, we've still got the lines. Look at them. Oh, look at that. The problem is, we've also got a load of, oh yeah, look at this up here now. Yeah. So I think the whole car's been filled, sanded, and then rather than resprayed, they've just gone with the cheap wrap. Well, I mean, there's always an option to wrap it again. It's just such a shame to cover up these here, in my opinion. It's actually quite therapeutic taking off this stuff. So as you can imagine, this is not a 2-minute job. This is going to take a considerable amount of time. I think realistically, 8 hours will be sunk into this, but I think it will be nice to see what it is like underneath all this wrap, to see exactly what is being hidden. I think we need to do it really, because otherwise I'm never going to know. So kick back, listen to the music, and hopefully by the end of the video we will have a car with no more vinyl wrap on it. Probably look a lot worse, but it will have no more vinyl wrap.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird.
Right now, the good news, if there is any, is that the wheel arch itself doesn't look too bad. Yes, it's filled up the front here, but that might be just on the surface. You know, it might not actually be filled, it might be just primer. All this here does look to be the original paint, I think. A lot of the paint's peeled off from here. I don't know whether that indicates maybe that it's not original, that it's been sprayed since it left the factory. Obviously, it's very old now, so who knows what's happened to it in the past. But yeah, a nice bit of filler down there. Maybe the water gathers there, maybe that's a common spot to rust, I'm not too sure. I'm really interested to see the wheel arch at the back, because already that looks bad through the wrap, so I think that's going to be awful. But on the positives, that pinstripe is lovely. And personally, I think it's a lovely colour. I don't think the pinstripe can be saved because it needs spray in here, so I presume the pinstripe will be gone if it does ever get to a respray. But it's nice to see what the original car looked like.
Walk up the river by myself.
It's kind of weird, it looks like there's all silver foil, sticky foil stuck under here. All the way under here. I don't know what that's about. Would it be to try to stop the rust from spreading or keep the rain out? Don't know. I've got a question for you. What happens when you wrap a car? Do you have to tell the DVLA that it's a different colour? Because in the logbook this is down as grey. As you can see, it was blue and silver. So if the police are like looking for a grey Rolls Royce and this comes past and it's blue and silver, then surely that's not right. So when you wrap a car, do you then have to let the DVLA know and get it changed on the logbook? If you could add that to the comments if you know that.
Golden, golden things. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things.
I wanted one thing only, the pinstripe, and they've gone and fill it. Ugh.
On the floor, looking up, wanting more. This is so unreal. I must have been wrong. Guess your love is strong for him. Why would it not be? He's always there for you. I keep living alone. to resist. Got me looking like this, like no one before. 'Cause I must be strong, 'cause this might go on for long. Guess I was wrong, and he's always there for you. I keep living alone.
Right, now it is unfortunate that basically every single panel has kind of been prepped for spraying. In my mind, what I was thinking was it would all be like this, and then there would just be a few bits that had been filled. But it looks like it's been prepared for a respray, and then maybe it was too expensive and they went for the wrapping. Who knows? But it just means that every single panel has damaged paintwork, which is a shame, because in my mind I was thinking that maybe I could have just kind of resprayed it from the pinstripes going down, not the whole car. But what have I learned? Never buy. Well, do you know what? I would have bought this anyway, because it's the cheapest Rolls Royce in the country. I'll make YouTube videos, but I don't think you should be ever buying a wrap car, an old one especially, because in this instance here, it's been covered up for a reason, hasn't it? You know, the wrap is there for a reason, because it's cheaper than doing the respray. Oh, this is so therapeutic, especially where the trim hasn't been removed previously, where the vinyl's been cut to up to the trim, and when you add a little bit of heat, it's lovely how it comes off. Oh, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. I don't know why, it feels like I've got a new lease of life. I feel like I did years ago when I was doing up the MGB. I used to sometimes wake up at like 4 in the morning, look out and it'd be dark, and I'd think, oh, come on, I want it to get light. It's weird. But yeah, I'm kind of itching to get round here every day. I mean, I hope it lasts. I've got a feeling probably after a couple of weeks I'll be thinking, oh God, I've got to go round again. But if the enthusiasm lasts, I'll be so happy. I'm going to film this bit here because I think the chrome against the gunmetal grey, or whatever colour that is, I think that would just look absolutely amazing. So, because silver and chrome doesn't go quite nice together because there's not really any contrast there, but I think this and that will look lovely. So satisfying. There we go. How much nicer does that look against that? Like it's designed to be. You know what, I was out last night in London and I seen a tube train and it went past and I thought that looks just like my car, and it's because it was silver and blue. All of this car needs is a bit of red and it would be a tube train. So now that looks much better. Now check out the paint there. That looks lovely. That's got a lovely shine to it. I've got a complete mirror image in that. That is lovely. It's a shame the rest of the car wasn't left like that. Well, it's kind of as expected, this bit here. In fact, to be honest, I probably was expecting worse. Now, I can see there's rust down here, and I presume, I mean, I don't know how, this is probably going to be a big hole here. That's coming away there. I presume this is mostly made up of filler, but I won't really know until I kind of later on, not now, but later on start hammering away and seeing how much metal we have got left. Whether or not you can buy outer wheel arches or not to weld in, I don't know. Would you have to try to make up your own? Not too sure. Maybe once I grind it back and scrape it back, maybe if there's just a bit here, maybe I will be able to just weld some kind of plate in there and then angle grind it back. Not too sure. That's a long way off in the distance anyway. But yeah, there it is. Interestingly, it looks like this doesn't look like it's been repaired. It just looks like the pinstripe is worn away. I wonder whether it's from lots and lots of polishing. So yeah, I'm going to keep on working on this now, and hopefully after another day or so I will have it completely stripped. I've done, I'd say I've done a quarter. I've done this corner here, that door. I'll get the back door done now tonight, and then yeah, the roof's going to take ages, and then I can start on the other side. So yeah, next time you see this, it will be stripped back, unless of course I see any horrors while stripping back, and then I'll film that bit. Right, so it's the following evening now, and I had a few hours spare, so I thought I'd come down, and I've started on this side of the bonnet. I've done this wing here. Now I'm going to move on to the boot lid.
So the therapeutic nature of this job has now waned, but what hasn't waned is the support from the My Mate Vince Massive, and this month the members consist of kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Having Fun Repairs, Ellensburg Amplify Repair and Service, Will Michaelis, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeeps.com, King Kurd from Low Book Auto Sales, DJVG, Stuart Park, Ellis Garbett, Pigsy, the My Mate Vince fan club over on Facebook, Braden Butts from Connecticut, Kenneth Blenstrup Sorensen, Simba Tinabu, and another new member, thank you very much, is Gabe McCandless. So a massive thank you to you guys, because a big percentage of this car has been funded from your donations, so a big thank you. Some people might say that this car is a waste of donations, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and hopefully that is coming through in the videos. And looking at the comments, it looks like you lot are enjoying it, which is fantastic, because it's lovely to hear that it's being well received so far anyway. Maybe not later in the series as I start messing up more and more things, but so far anyway, it's been received pretty well. So yeah, okay, let's get the last bit of unwrapping done on this car.
So darkness is starting to set in now, and also the hairdryer is a little bit noisy to be working outside. So yeah, I'm really happy with progress. Check out this as well. Look, because it's got all the LEDs, I know it doesn't look too Rolls Royce-y, very bright like that. Maybe it should be like a warm light rather than a cool white. But doesn't it look nice on the inside with all the lights working everywhere? Well, I don't know if they're all working, but it's certainly lighting up. Anyway, I managed to strip the boots. You know what's nice? Look here. There's a little magnet just so it just to keep it down like that, I suppose, so when you go over bumps it doesn't pop up. That's quite nice, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully now tomorrow I can strip back all this side here and the roof. But now when I look at this side compared to this side, whoops, there is no comparison. It looks so much nicer, this colour. Okay, so we got another day of peeling off the wrap, and luckily, because today is red hot, the roof's nice and warm, and I don't even need a hairdryer. It's just peeling off. It's like the perfect consistency, because it's not taking any paint or doing that kind of ripping sound. It's just, look at that, it's just peeling off perfectly. So this is going to save me so much time, just because the sun's been on it all day. Look at that. See how nice it's coming off. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, although the roof is coming off nice, what happens is when you've got a big area to do, it just becomes kind of very hard to pull it along. But what you can do is get a scissors and cut it into strips. There we go. Right, so I've got it in a strip there now. And if I pull it here, you will see it will now come off really easy without a huge amount of strength, because it's a nice manageable part. So I'm finding that much easier than trying to remove like a massive foot all the way along. Right, so the wraps come off lovely and easy on the roof, but I'm really struggling on this bit here because this must have been taken off when the wrap was done. It's all wrapped the way around, so I'm going to have to take it off. So I've taken off the wipers and also the little grills here. It all came off easy enough, and they're resting over there on the bench. Now I thought to myself, I better be careful when I lift this off because we have windscreen washers here to obviously clean the windscreen. Check this out, I went to lift it up. And look at this, I don't have to be careful because luckily somebody's already done it for me. Look, it's been plugged. Why? How's that passing MOT like that? Unless of course this happened since the last MOT, which is possible. So I don't understand why they would have plugged it. Why wouldn't they just leave it be? If the motor had failed, why wouldn't it just be left as it is? And if it was leaking, well then if you don't press the thing, it's not going to be leaking because it's going to be stored, I presume, in that container over there. So yeah, interesting. So that is going to be another video at some stage trying to get the windscreen washers working again, because it won't pass an MOT if you haven't got the window washers working, as far as I know anyway. So I haven't actually looked around yet to see where it comes out of. Exciting times. Okay, so I've just finished stripping that panel. That was actually quite fiddly to do, but look at this. Do you remember on the inside of the door panels it said 4990? Well, it also says it here, 4990. And viewers told me this after episode number 1. They said that I've probably already noticed, but no, I haven't. Always take it as read that I haven't noticed something. It says here, I mean maybe this is coincidence, but I doubt it. It says here H24990. So I suppose in the factory they're probably not too bothered about the 2 because that's already going to be like in the thousands here, isn't it? So 4990 is probably stamped many different places on this car. So I thought that was interesting. I would show you the door panel, but the boot's not opening. Now, when I bought this car, the boot wasn't opening. And then they did something and all of a sudden it opens. But that was after the long drive back to my dad's house. And since I've had it, most of the time it opens, but occasionally it doesn't. But I thought maybe I was doing something wrong. But I've done every combination of unlocking here, unlocking the doors, locking this, locking the doors, opening this, and the boot now is refusing to open, which is a bit of a nightmare because I'm not quite sure how on earth I'm going to get into that. But guess what? That's going to be on another episode. At long last, I am finished with the wrap. I still need to take trim off and stuff to get the tiny little bits, but the main bulk of it is off. Let me just walk around the car and show you what's what. So it was enjoyable, I would say, for the first 5 hours. After that, it started to get a bit tiresome, if I'm honest with you. Altogether, I think that probably took 8 or 9 hours work. So there was a lot there. It was much easier today because of the sunshine. So even with the hairdryer, it's awkward because if you do it too much, it starts to melt the wrap. If you don't do it enough, it's hard to peel off. There's a kind of fine spot. And when the car's warm just from having the sun on it, it tends to be the perfect temperature. So anyway, overall, I mean, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. You can see how bad it is. But rust-wise, it's not too bad. Rust-wise is better than expected. It's just a shame that every single panel has had some kind of work done to it. So let me just walk you around. Front wheel arch I'm quite happy with. Roof, there's no rust on the roof, which is good. You can see here, it looks like the original paint was, or the original primer, if you look around here, was red. So I'm not too sure what's happening up the front wings here, because if you look around this side, you can see that this is white here, and also here as well. The wrap really took off the white here, and that is so smooth, like really, really, really smooth. So not too sure what's going on there. I mean, that feels like the I wonder whether it had a replacement wing or wings at some stage. But anyway, yeah, that wheel arch there looks pretty good. Front wheel arch here is pretty good. This one here is pretty bad, but I don't think it was as bad as I was expecting it to be. So, but I won't know until I start kind of whacking it and scraping on the inside to see how much is filler. And then around here, this wheel arch here is pretty bad. So, well, no, actually, no, it's not. The wheel arch is good here. It looks like originally it would have had some kind of like rubber kind of, oh, is that a dent there? Oh no, it's not. So it looks like there was some kind of rubber thing here. Would it be to stop? Do you know what that's for? Do you know when you're going along and stones get flicked up? Would it be that's an easy place to get stone chipped maybe? So maybe there was some kind of rubber thing there. But if you have a look around here, there's quite a lot of rust here on this section and underneath here. So I think once I start poking there won't be much metal left. Pinstripe is okay, there's bits missing and stuff. I was looking up about the pinstripe, it is done by one person. So there's quite a few YouTube videos on the guy doing it now. I think he started in early 2000s, but obviously it was probably the guy that trained him was the one that did this. So yeah, and then it goes down there. So overall, it's okay once I got over the shock of having every panel all filled and stuff. Rust wise, I'm quite pleased with it. So that is it for this video. Let me know what you think. Do you think it looks better now? When I arrived today and I looked at it, I thought it looked much better because I wasn't a fan of the way it looked before, while now it actually looks better. You know, the car itself looks better. It didn't look right beforehand. It didn't, with the wrap on, I don't think it suited it at all, while now it's looking good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up, and I will see you in the next episode. I'll give you a spoiler. The next episode is going to be the Spirit of Ecstasy. Why is it not retracting? So hopefully that's going to be an interesting one. Take care, everyone.